violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
2 state troopers killed last week on Interstate 95 in Philadelphia are being laid to rest this week. The public viewing for Trooper Martin Mack will be on Wednesday. That'll be from 10 to 3 at the Wade Funeral Home in Bristol.
So, guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update on the crash, the accident that happened with the little girl who was driving drunk and bragging about being the best drunk driver. If you guys are in the Pennsylvania area, there will be a ceremony for these 2 officers. So, I mean, it's rough out here, okay? There's a lot of recklessness, carelessness going on in this society, and it's costing lives. So, you know, if you guys are out there and you want to support these officers and you know, their bravery and whatnot, then go ahead and you know, get the details from this this news clip and, you know, show your respects.
And the funeral service will be Thursday at 11 at St. Michael the Archangel Church in Levittown. The public viewing for Trooper Brandon Siska, that'll be Friday from 12 to 3 and then 5 to 9 at the Boyd Horax Givnish Funeral Home in Norristown. The funeral procession and interment will be private.
All right, guys. So we actually have a disturbing story. There has been a Facebook group that's been created in support of Jayana Tanae Webb, okay? So they have a Facebook group apparently giving out the quote-unquote real story, which we already know what the real story was. So there are actually people who are advocating for this female super gremlin, and it's really scary, okay? It's scary. And you know this was created by a super gremlin, so they always advocate for criminals who deserve to be locked up, who have taken lives, who have made huge mistakes that affect not only themselves but the families of others. But we still see brothers and sisters, predominantly sisters, because brothers ain't really that politically active. We still see these people advocating for the likes of a super gremlin like Jayana Tanae Webb, okay? Even if she would have walked up and shot these 2 officers, walked them down, there would still be support in the community, and this is how backwards and twisted the community is. So anyways, a Facebook group calling for Jayana Tanae Webb's justice has been created after she made waves on social media for bragging about being a good driver when drunk, only to later allegedly leave 3 people dead. The police have arrested and charged Tanae Webb for murder, driving under the influence, and manslaughter of a law enforcement officer in the 2nd degree and other charges. The Facebook group in support of her appears to be administered by Isaac Hind, and the bio reads, "Y'all don't know the whole story. Truth in here." So it sounds like this is a brother who is advocating for this female super gremlin. Webb had been pulled over for drunk driving only seconds before, but authorities let her go when they were called to a man walking on the motorway. According to The Sun, officers were assisting a man walking when Webb reportedly rammed into them at high speed, killing 2 officials and a civilian. There has been some difference in opinion online, while some people saying that the police shouldn't have abandoned a suspected drunk driver. Several tweets that she had made prior to the incident were trending, but many believe that the officers couldn't have known that this would happen. I'm sorry. Look at them trying to victim blame. And these are the main people who say, well, don't victim blame. Don't victim blame. Well, you have these people blaming the victims for what happened to them. Look, should the officers have let her go? You know, probably not. Most But the thing is, officers let people go all the time. So when these super gremlins are out, man, we getting racially profiled in vehicles and all this, blah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Damn near every time I've been pulled over, they let me go with a warning. Even if they did give me a ticket, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I don't get it, man. These people are just crazy, bruh. This group that has been created calling for her justice remains private, and so far, they have released no new information. Right. The admin of the group has reportedly not replied to any of the queries that have been sent towards him at the time of publishing this story. So, yeah, the super gremlin who created this Facebook page is quiet on it. He doesn't have any new information talking about find the real story. Probably just clout chasing.
Otherwise quiet, gunfire in an otherwise quiet section of the city. Philadelphia police say a man was killed at a Sunoco in Roxborough. Some of the bullets pierced holes in the gas pumps. Action News reporter Katie Catro is live at the scene on the 5600 block of Ridge Avenue. And that,
bro, you can't even go to the gas station in Philly. It's ridiculous.
That truly is, Katie, an area that you're used to being super quiet at night.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Tam, and that's what police said as well. It's a fairly quiet area. They're not used to seeing crime like this out here. I want to take you straight out to the scene from last night, where you can see police say a man in his 20s was shot multiple times just after 11 o'clock last night. You can see a number of bullet holes that pierced the gas pumps. Police say in total they found around 15 shell casings here on the 5600 block of Ridge Avenue in Roxborough. Investigators say the man was able to run about a half block down before he collapsed on a hill next to a home. Police.
Dang, man. Sheesh. These super gremlins ain't letting up. Demon time is getting even more intensified. You literally can't go anywhere. Where can you go? Please. Let me know in the comments.
Police are currently looking at the car left on scene, which they say the victim was in.
It has Georgia plates. We believe it to be a rental. We have no ID on him as of this time. We do not want to disturb the scene where he is located at. Again, we don't know what the motive is. It's very uncommon for this neighborhood to have this type of violence.
And police say there is surveillance video at the gas station that they hope to get, and hopefully that will give them some clues as to what exactly happened here. Reporting live in Roxborough, Katie Catro, Channel 6 Action News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
This moment that really shocked everyone at the Oscars. We're talking about the altercation that played out between Chris Rock and Will Smith, which the New York Post is now calling the best smackter. Let's go to Eyewitness News reporter Rachel Brown. She's live in the newsroom with reaction about. I think a lot of people thought this was a joke at first and then realized it wasn't, Rachel.
Yeah, and then we all realized it wasn't, and it was just very awkward and uncomfortable. Unfortunately, Will Smith's achievement of winning the Oscar for Best Actor for his movie King Richard, it's been overshadowed by this. And this is new video we have from overnight. Our cameras were rolling and caught Will and wife Jada Pinkett Smith walking into the Vanity Fair party with their children. You can see them posing for photos. But the night was tense when Chris Rock joked to Jada that he was looking forward to a sequel to G.I. Jane.
And if you guys haven't seen G.I. Jane, it was a pretty funny joke. G.I. Jane is actually bald, and she does resemble Jada Pinkett. Apparently, Jada Pinkett is struggling with alopecia. I didn't know that. I thought that she just had done the big chop like a lot of these chicks do. And usually the big chop is associated with dealing with a bad breakup or quote unquote trauma and whatnot that a lot of these females claim that they've undergone. you know, a lot of emotional things that go on with the big chop. But apparently she has alopecia, so it was more of a factor that she was actually losing her hair. And I don't think that many people knew that or know that now. So it's safe to say, you know, that she did not take that joke kindly.
Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
Jada has alopecia, an autoimmune disorder that attacks hair follicles, and she opened up about her hair loss journey on Instagram last December. Well, Will Smith stood up from his seat. You see him walk up there and slap Chris Rock. After sitting back down, Smith shouted at Rock to keep his wife's name out of his mouth. The moment shocked the Dolby Theater audience and viewers at home. People just didn't know what was going on.
And this is a bad look for black men all across the globe, all right? It shows that you can't keep your emotions at bay. It also shows that a lot of these instances that happen when with the crime that I cover, a lot of them is over a female, okay? A lot of these super gremlins are lashing out because maybe something was said about their chick, or maybe somebody was smashing their chick and whatnot. I mean, look at the Most 3 situation. He was set up by a chick. Allegedly in the Pop Smoke situation, there was a chick involved, but I don't think she actually set him up. I think it was somebody else who set him up. But anyways, you know, there are so many instances where we see these conflicts between black men where a woman is involved. And this one just, it kind of shows you the vibe of how things are going in the community. And it's just embarrassing all around, man. So I definitely wish that he wouldn't have done this. And honestly, I think that he genuinely thought the joke was funny until he started looking at Jada's reaction. And I'm going to show you that in the next clip.
The Best Actor winner apologized during his acceptance speech.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Thank you for...
Look at Jada smiling. She's smiling because he came in defense of Milady. Even though Jada has been out here in these streets getting involved in entanglements, Will Smith still has to play the husband role.
This honor. Thank you for this moment. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
In a statement, the LAPD said, in part, the individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report. They're talking about Chris Rock. Late last night, the Academy tweeted out that it does not condone violence of any form.
All right, guys, so I do have the clip of when Chris Rock actually made the joke, and then when Will Smith comes up and does what he does. So I want to show you guys exactly what happened and how Jada reacted to Chris Rock's joke, because Will Smith was laughing at the joke until he looked over to his wife, and then he's like, oh, dang, I actually got to do something.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Look at her. So look at her face. Look at her face. She's annoyed. She's highly embarrassed. Will Smith is laughing, but Jada can't take the joke. And most women can't take jokes. Okay, that's we all know that. All right. And some guys can't either. But he thought it was funny until he looked over to his wife. Look, she rolled her eyes. Peep this.
Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
She hated that. Will's laughing, and then she's going to cut her eyes at him.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard.
So she cut her eyes at Will in when the camera switched. Now he gets his behind up and look.
Oh, wow.
So could this be staged? It looks like Chris Rock was leaning in, put his hands behind his back, prepped for the hit. Who knows? Nobody's pressing charges. Nobody's getting it. But it's just embarrassing all around. Could be a publicity stunt. But why did it have to be between these two? Okay? Why did it have to be between these two brothers? All right?
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
All right, you hear him. You hear him. He's finna get heated because Jada put the battery in his back. He genuinely thought it was funny when Chris Rock made the joke. Then I saw that Jada cut her eyes at Will. So I think he's trying to channel his inner Tupac and be the man that that Jada saw in Tupac, right? And that's probably something that Pac would have done, you know, got up. He probably would have punched him, though, instead of slapping him.
Wow, dude.
Look at Lupita.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.